Good afternoon, everybody. It's been too long. 10 days. Quite a long time. But I am back here for a very, very quick stream. Very quick here. As again, it has been a while. I do appreciate you guys being here, but I'm going to do this one really quick. For those of you who do not follow me on Twitter, last weekend I got engaged. And ever since then, we've been busy starting the wedding planning and whatnot. So my fiance is actually on her way now to get ready to go to another venue visit. So I'm going to make this quick and try to get this caught up. If I have time later on tonight, I do have one more stream I want to do, and it's talk about the whole Sasha Banks and Naomi incident that's going on, if I have time. But I'm at least trying to get this one caught up right now, real quick, while I'm waiting for her to get here. So guys, real quick, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993. We're here live for a quick review of AEW Dynamite this past week. The May 18th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite took place in Houston, Texas, which our very famous Just Alex was in attendance. He sounded like he had a pretty good time. We also had the two Jokers revealed also in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. This also was the second to last episode of Dynamite before Double or Nothing, taking place next Sunday, May 29th. And I would, as of now, I would like to do live reactions, of course, to the match between Punk and Hangman, which again I'm going to be watching at my good friend Joe Miller's apartment on the 29th. So we'll hopefully have a lot of reactions with him and his fiance as well, and their cat Prancer as well. So Prancer gets to do live reactions. This episode of Dynamite, I thought the first hour was really good. The second hour, I felt a little bit off, especially within like the last half hour. Like the last couple matches, I feel like were really rushed due to time constraints. I think some people, including myself, was a little disappointed in the reveal of the Joker for the women's match. And I think also that main event match needs to be done again another time because, again, time constraints, but that is a pay-per-view worthy match right there. Jeff Hardy and Adam Cole. And I also thought the ending with Darby Allin and Sting going out was a little bit, repetitive or whatnot. But I'm going to scheme through this pretty quickly. Like I said, I have 20 minutes until my fiance gets here. So I always check the live chat, say hello to everybody. We got Tyler, thought this show gave this show a C. He thought the ending was bad. And he also says get rid of those women's tag titles. I do agree completely with that, my friend. We also have Olu Wakir saying hi, what's up? We got Anthony saying, how are you? Do you really think that MJF is going to leave All Elite Wrestling and go to WWE in 2024? And also, if you had to pick three names from today's WWE roster to go to All Elite Wrestling, AJ Styles, somebody before they retire, who would it be? Let me see here. Well, yes, I've heard the rumors. I heard that MJF is frustrated with his contract with AEW, apparently, some things, which, is not too good. So I do hope he doesn't go. I don't see WWE booking him well at all. So I do hope he doesn't go to AEW. Who I would like to go to AEW right now on WWE? Well, definitely Sasha Banks, for starters. Yes, AJ would be a great fit for AEW, but I think he's finishing WWE. But AJ's definitely one of them. If I had to pick one more, I'll go a little bit underrated. Chad Gable. I think those are the ones that should go to AEW for sure. But I gotta get moving, guys. But of course, thank you for your thoughts as well. Like I said, if I do get time later, I am gonna try to do a stream with talking about what's been going on with Sasha and Naomi, because that's been big time news. And I also read a report yesterday from a private source, I think a friend of Sasha and Naomi, kind of summing up the whole thing. So that's gonna be something to talk about for sure. But let's get rolling and talk about the show. So like I said, this week's episode revealed the two Jokers for the tournament, which I thought again were a little bit strangely placed because, like I said, they had them going up against Samoa Joe, who just got to AEW and is a babyface. So having someone, big surprise against Samoa Joe, I felt was not the right time. Britt Baker, I don't know. I feel like they could have gone away with having Britt, having a having a big surprise opponent at the beginning. But I don't know. I still, even though I was okay with who was in the end, I still was like a little disappointed, maybe. But we'll talk about it. But Samoa Joe was facing the Joker, which of course when they first showed the graphic, I'm like, okay, which one is it? Well, actually, it said Johnny Elite, and I thought at first, is this Johnny Gargano? But it ended up being John Morrison. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I did watch this episode at my fiance's, so I did miss like about 40 minutes when TBS went out. So I did kind of catch more so like the highlights of these matches, but I thought this was a solid match between Joe and Johnny. I don't know if this is Johnny Elite coming to AEW full time, or if it's just him, just because I think he was in AAA or where else he was in since he left WWE. But he was fine for Joe to pin for a victory. He beat him with the Muscle Buster in a solid match. After the match, though, we got Sonjay Dutt and Jay Lethal come down and with a steel pipe to beat Joe down and soften him up for Satnam Singh. But then Christian Cage and Jurassic Express came out to make the save. Still teasing that heel turn for Christian Cage, but that was a strange one, but okay. Backstage, we had the Hardys being interviewed, but the Young Bucks interrupt them. And the Bucks talk about the Hardys being banged up and warn them off, but the Hardys call them whiny bitches who will never be better than them. Before the next match, we had CM Punk come out wearing an abortion rights or human rights t-shirt, which I do, again, I'm not going to get into political debates right here, but I do find it interesting that Punk, especially in this feud with Hangman, where it's both baby faces, is kind of trying to get really push more for the reactions for sure. So he's definitely been going. I mean, Hangman at first was too, but Punk I think is really trying to push for reactions, really trying to test the audience, whether they're cheering for him or booing for him. Really pushing to try to make the side, which again I do like. And again, this match at Double or Nothing is going to definitely be very interesting between the two of them. But Hangman had a match with Konosuke Takeshita, which I thought was a very fun match. Again, I don't watch much New Japan or whatever, but I thought this was a fun match. Again, I only got to watch the highlights of it because I missed it because TBS was down whenever I watched it live on Wednesday. But of course, the fire back after Punk won his match the previous week with the buckshot lariat. This time, Hangman fires a shot back and he defeats Takeshita with the GTS. Which, of course, Punk just stares down Page on the ramp, and Hangman holds up the title, and they go face-to-face and circle as the crowd chants for Punk. But then Hangman storms off to send us a break. So, there's so many outcomes that could happen. It's I still really don't know who's going to win. I would still like to lean towards Punk winning this. But I also am not 100% positive about that either. Or could one of them go full-on heel to win also? I don't know, but the build has been pretty darn good, I will say. It has definitely me interested for sure. We have a video package for Fuego del Sol and his issues with the House of Black and his team up with the Dark Order to settle the score. I think that they are setting up for a match with I think we're finally getting that match with the full Death Triangle, not just Penta Oscuro, Pac, and Eric Redbeard took on the House of Black on the buy-in at Revolution. Awesome match. I think we're going to be finally getting it with Rey Fenix, in which he had an awesome match on this show. Anyways, but then we had this tag match with the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and JD Drake, taking on the team of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. They're really growing on me as a tag team. I really think right now, to give them something to do to build them up, I think they're going to treat Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland like they treated Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page as a tag team. And I like it. I really do like it. They've been a fun team. And of course, Keith's from I think Wichita Falls, Texas, I think. So he was super over in this match. And they get the win with a double stomp spear bomb combination. And afterwards, Lee gets on the mic and says he has wonderful news. He and Swerve have become a top 5 ranked tag team. Outcomes Team Taz and Ricky Starks says that's enough talking, and Lee and Strickland are two of the most selfish jabronis they've ever met, and they deserve a tag match way more than Keith and Shane do. Then Swerve, though, mocks Starks for dressing like a bar of soap with a pearl necklace. Then out comes Jurassic Express and Christian Cage, and Cage gets on the mic and mocks Team Taz as he gets it. Stark thinks he's ready for a real title, but they're the best, and they're going to challenge both teams to a triple threat match at Double or Nothing. So, 2 pay-per-views in a row, we are getting a triple threat match at Double or Nothing. At triple threat match, we had the Jurassic Express, Red Dragon, and Young Bucks last pay-per-view. Now we're getting what's it called? We're getting Jurassic Express versus Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee and Team Taz. Fresh and interesting. And I'm kind of hoping Swerve and Lee win the match. Like I said, if there's another team that you could build a story like they did with Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page, I think they could definitely do that with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Not identically, but like similar. We also have like a hype interview with Chris Statlander, who looks completely different now. I'm not sure why they took away the alien gimmick from her, and now heel Red Velvet. And they had a match on Friday. I'm not sure who won, but in the Owen Cup tournament. Then we had this though. We had MJF to give Wardlow 10 lashes as one of his stipulations that Wardlow has to survive before moving on to get a match with MJF at Double or Nothing. So it's going to be, and then next week this coming week we get Shawn Spears and Wardlow inside of a steel cage. So first when this happened, I'm thinking they're doing exactly what they did with MJF and Cody Rhodes 2 years ago. Well, they pulled something different on me, and this time they had Wardlow no-sell those lashes. Because the first time, Cody Rhodes sold the hell out of the lashes. And I'm thinking it's going to be the exact same thing. But no, Wardlow no-sold them. The 9th one, he showed a little bit of a grimace. But then, of course, since it was still, he basically like, yeah, it hurt a little, but barely anything. And that's, of course, whenever MJF just snapped, low-blowed Wardlow and just beat him down. Basically, and just he was frustrated because he's trying to prevent Wardlow from ever having a match with him. Which, come on. Like, you really think Wardlow is not going to be able to outdo MJF's competition at this point? So, yeah, next week we have Wardlow and Shawn Spears in the steel cage. So, of course, we'll see how that goes, of course. I'm pretty sure Wardlow is going to win. Or he could swerve us. Who knows? We then got Roppongi Vice with Trent Beretta says they're back together full-time, and Rocky Romero says they're coming after the ROH tag titles, and they challenge FTR to the ROH tag titles. Cool. We also had another very underrated match with Rey Fenix and Kyle O'Reilly. Let me tell you something, of course. This match reminded me, again, I didn't watch much of Kyle O'Reilly as a single star besides NXT. But I always heard that he had some great singles matches in like Ring of Honor and I think Japan or whatnot. So like, in NXT, he was a solid single star, but I didn't think he quite reached the main event level. Despite the fact that he won the feud with Adam Cole, I don't think he really won me over as a main eventer. But this match completely changed my mind for sure. It showed that single side of O'Reilly that, again, I didn't get to see in NXT. But they had a good match, and to my surprise, Kyle won. I was very surprised that Kyle won. I thought it was going to be Phoenix, but it's going to be either Samoa Joe or Kyle O'Reilly going to the finals against Adam Cole. There, I spoiled the main event for you already. But yeah, very good match. Surprisingly good match. But O'Reilly wins with the submission to the cross arm breaker. We also had a promo segment with Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, and Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley of the Blackpool Combat Club. Not sure where Wheeler Yuta is. But they had a segment with the Jericho Appreciation Society, basically to set up like a 5-on-5 match at Double or Nothing. The first Jericho pitched Stadium Stampede, but then Moxley was like, nah, we're not doing this way. We're not gonna keep doing this thing. We're gonna do something different here. Basically, I think this is gonna be basically a 5-on-5 anything goes match, basically. So that'll be good too. So no Stadium Stampede, but anything goes. Cool. He also called it sports entertainment against professional wrestling, which works for me, of course. We also have Matt Sydal and Dante Martin challenging Moxley and Danielson to a tag match. Is coming Friday on Rampage. And then we have this is where I think the show started to fall off a little bit. We have Britt Baker taking on the Joker for the women's Owen Hart tournament, which ended up being Maki Ito. Which I like Maki Ito. She's a good character gimmick. I mean, she probably has done better work that I've seen. I mean, she's good, but it was a little bit of a letdown. I know a lot of people wanted Athena, which I did too. A lot of people are saying now they may be waiting on Athena because there really isn't much room for her right now, which is kind of true. But I remember this match, I felt a little... I mean, even though like Maki Ito wasn't a horrible choice, I definitely was hoping... Because whenever Johnny Elite came out, I thought we were going to be getting Taya Valkyrie against Britt Baker. But not her yet either. We got Maki Ito. Match was solid. Britt won, but we are going to get in the next round Britt Baker and Toni Storm. Oh boy. That's a dream match. That is going to be good. But we have that, and we have a stare down with Tony and Britt. We also had this... We had this awkward promo with Serena Deeb yelling at Tony Schiavone and Dustin Rhodes for picking Thunder Rosa to win at Double or Nothing. It was strange because, like, you know, we all know that Thunder Rosa is going to be winning that match, so I don't see Serena Deeb winning it. The only part I found interesting was she did kind of fire some shots at Vince McMahon, call him an old man, you know, basically how she had to shave her head. And like when she said this stuff, I definitely thought more of Ember Moon, thinking like, you know, they basically did the same thing to Serena Deeb they wanted to do with Ember Moon. Treat her like crap on TV and basically wanted to reduce her down to just a coach. Which is ridiculous because, you know, when I see Serena Deeb wrestle now, I'm just like, they wanted this woman to just be a coach? Really? Like that's all you were going to limit her to? Like that was ridiculous, I thought. Which is true, but this whole segment was still, like, very awkward. And, again, probably rushed due to time constraints. And the main event, Adam Cole and Jeff Hardy, was decent. But, again, it was only, like, a 10-minute match. And those two are worthy of going, like, 15, 20 minutes. So, time constraints limit them. And then they had this random beatdown afterwards with the Young Bucks and the Hardys brawling. Because their match will be official, which that'll be good. But then, for some reason, Sting, Darby Allin, and Red Dragon came out, and they started brawling, and then the show, and it went off the air with them smashing a chair on Sting's ankle. I don't know, it's like, yes, we're doing now Young Bucks and the Hardys, but why is Darby and Sting still getting involved? Like, that's confusing me right there, too. I don't know if this is going to lead basically to a match eventually with, you know, a tag match with, you know, Sting and Darby versus Matt and Jeff. I mean, I wanted a rematch with Jeff and Darby, but I don't know. To me, it felt like Sting and Darby weren't really needed for this segment. But like I said, it was random. Time constraints, got a little rushed, so it happens. But that's going to do, guys. I do have to sign off here in like a minute. But yeah, I gave this show a B. First hour, excellent. I would say up to... After the O'Reilly and Phoenix match, I feel like is when the show kind of started to fall off a bit. Like, again, the women's match was disappointing. Well, it wasn't horrible, but I think a lot of people were disappointed because it was Maki Ito and not like an Athena or like a Taya Valkyrie who showed up. I know definitely that Serena Deeb promo was strange. And then, of course, they rushed that main event. But I gave the show a B. Had it not been that last hour, probably been more like an A- maybe, because it was the first hour was outstanding. But I gave the show a B. Solid B for a Dynamite. Nothing else in the live chat, really. But that's going to do it, guys. Again, if I have time later, I will come up to also talk about Sasha and Naomi. If I have time later. Can't guarantee that for sure. If not, I'll try to do that tomorrow. But that's going to do it, guys. Again, once again, what are your thoughts on Dynamite for this past weekend? I gave this match this a B. Were you pleased with Johnny Elite and Maki Ito being the Jokers for the Owen Hart Cup tournament? Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirboy93. Till then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you all later. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out, buddy.